Sweet. So we're doing a deck, box opening on the special anniversary box. Recently just released in stores for us, so yeah, cool. So we got this one because, you know, sure, I guess. So inside, wow, all that space. Psyched. So we're going to be reviewing the cards in these. And we've got Black Mass in sleeves, so decent. A lot of sleeves that people are after. So yeah, we'll quickly go through these, just obviously, we'll do these first, and then we'll explain these afterwards. So yeah, cool. Wow. Sweet. So you get 2 special anniversary packs, which come with 5 cards per pack and 4 foils, and then you get 4 reprint packs, which basically come up with 4 reprinted cards and 1 foil card per pack. So we'll quickly go through this because we'll be doing another video for this as well. So in this, we get Childhood Kid Goku, Planet M2, Kid Gohan, so pretty good, and then Goku. So it's not a bad first pack, it's decent. Second pack, we have Cooler, not so bad. Trunks, pretty good card. Vegito, decent card. It's good support for the Vegito deck, the older ones. Most of these cards just support all the archetypes, so yeah, Demigod's a really good card as well. Helps the Demigod deck decently. So we'll move these out of the way. The power-up packs are the foil is Crisis Crusher, and then the 3 non-foils are Super 17, Kaba, and Yamcha. It's not a bad pack, decent card. Nice to see this have a reprint. Following up, the next foil is Forcing a Hit, non-foil Bean, Demon Sword Janemba, and Rushing Again. Solid pack. Third pack. Yikes. Some decent foils, yeah, like, to be fair. Recent Negate, Objection, Fu, solid card, Kaba, overall. Final pack. Nimbus. Crisis Crusher, Dragon Radar, and Super 17. So overall, decent box for the cards and whatnot. Decent ratio overall. I know that a lot of people have been getting like duplicates in their boxes, but decent variety overall. And then packs. So in this one, basically just explaining what all these cards do and like if they're any good. Sweet. So we'll start off with the red cards. So for red, we have Trunks. 2 drop 15k battle card. Basically, while he's in play, he has a skill that if once per turn, when his power is increased by any skill, he draws 1 card. So it's really decent for the pan deck. On play, you basically draw 2. And then outside of that, it's just really decent for other decks. He is a Trunks, so you can evolve into Chain Attack from him. Decent card. Vegito. Solid card for the Vegito deck. It's not so bad. Active main once per turn, you place it in the drop area from your hand, and you play a Son Goku and a Vegeta with energy costs of 2 or less from your deck or drop area in rest mode with their skills negated, and then at the end of the turn, they go to drop area afterwards. So it's decent. For 1 energy, it's decent for Unipatora and allows you to get your bigger Vegetos out. Vados. So what this card does is, for 2 energy, it allows you to awaken at basically any life for Champa and Vados leaders. Really solid card. It basically means that the older leaders have a bit more value in the current set. Champa isn't too bad. He's like survives on his own without this help, but Vados really struggles, so this helps Vados a lot. Being able to swing out active cards is really useful. The big boy hit. Solid card. This basically is just insane. He's probably one of the chase cards for foil. He basically is a 3 cost, 2 red. 19k, for some reason, fair enough. He has an active main for 2 red and 1 unspecified color. You can choose 1 hit with an energy cost, or 1 red hit with an energy cost of 6 from your drop area or your warp, and play it on top, evolve it into this card. So the only target currently right now is this set 1, that inflicts 2 damage on play. Boo. It's a Boo, 2 cost. It's a counter attack if your leader has Evil Wizard Bobbity or Margin Boo. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, you choose one of the opponent's battle cards, it gets -5k on play, so solid. Bear in mind, he is an evolved target, so you can go the blue chain with him, which is decent. And then the final 2 cards are for the Dr. Mew deck. You've got the extra card, which is solid because it allows you to go up the chain a lot faster and get into this. he grabs planet M2 from your deck when he's played, and you can play him for 1 energy by removing, if I'm not mistaken, by removing Nat, Bizu, Rebet from your hand or battle area, and it can be a combination from any area. So if you have 2 in the field and 1 in hand, you can use that to play this. And this card allows you for 1 energy to play a 2 cost for free and gain 10k, which is solid. So overall, the red cards are pretty decent. Decent support for all the decks. For the blue, we are going to start off with Path to the Infinite Son Goku. He's a solid card. So active main from your hand, 1 blue energy. You get to play this card by returning a blue battle card, energy cost 4, from your battle area back to hand. So it's decent. It's a 20k swing. He has a 5 cost, so you can evolve into Ultra Instinct from this card, which is decent. And it allows you to bounce back specific cards. For an example, the Awkward Situation combo. If you have Trunks on board, you can play the 4-drop Asudakano, I think he's called, for free. Swing with him, tap 1 energy, play this, bounce the Asudakano back to hand, and then play it again and get to another attack. So it's just a decent card overall. Vegeta. This one is an active main. An auto once per turn. You get to what is he? When switching energy from rest mode back to active mode during the opponent's turn, you draw 1 card. So it's decent for like free negates, like Dimension Magic. When you negate an attack on top of an energy, you draw 1. So if you take a life, you basically draw 2, which is solid. He's not too good. He's not really like a wow factor or anything like that, but he's just a solid card overall. Next is Trunks. He has an effect that states you can place this card at the bottom of the owner's deck, and if the leader card is blue, and it's your opponent's turn, choose one of your blue energy and switch it to active mode. So it's active battle, so you can put him on the bottom of the deck and then untap an energy. And if you have him on field, you get to draw 1 as well, which is solid. It helps the Trunks deck, allowing you to play the bottom cards of your deck. It's a solid card. Once again, not really like a staple card or anything like that. Beerus, he is basically just an alternate objection for the Beerus deck. On play, you draw 1, active main, tap 2, put him in your energy. It's a solid card, but it doesn't really affect the deck that much. Next is the Goku Black and Zamasu cards. Really solid cards. This one is insane. So he's indestructible and permanent while he's in play. You can use your Leader's Awakening skill if you have 3 or more life, which is really important for the secondary effects. Secondary effect is active main for 2 blue energy. If you have 15 or less cards in deck, you get to play the 10-drop Zamasu for free. Well, for the 2 energy, which is really solid. Being able to play that just with 2 energy is insane. This one is, I believe, if you have 5 or more energy, you can play the card for free. And it's when you play it, and the leader card is Goku Black or Zamasu, draw 1, and you can't play another copy. So it's basically just a free draw 1, which is nice in the late stages. And then this card's really good because it allows you to ramp your opponent and give your leader a buff, both offensively and defensively, which is really nice. So that's the blue cards. Overall, solid blue cards. Some are questionable, but overall, really good support. So for the green, we have this card. really good card. So basically, when you combo, it's 2 cost combo power, so either way it's 2 cost to use this card, so you can either play it or combo with it, but its effect is when you play it or combo it, you get to basically kill a 3 cost or lower battle card with barrier. With barrier, ignoring barrier, so on and so forth. So it's a really solid card overall, because you can just play it and then combo it off next turn to kill 2 cards. It shuts down Fighter Mastery a little bit by killing Path to Greatness a bit faster. So it's a really solid card. Then we've got this Gohan card. 4 cost, on play, you draw 2 cards. So it replaces itself and 1 extra. It has an active main ability where if you just basically, if your leader card's green, you get to play the 7-drop Gohan on top of him for free, which is really solid. Good support for the older cards. Helps with the decks as well. Krillin, not really much to talk about. He's permanent. Is if your leader card is basically awakened or on the wish side, he becomes 4 cost instead of 1. That's both in hand and on field. So he's decent for the Let's Kill Krillin deck, so it's not so bad. And then when you play him, you draw 1 card. So he's a margin boot for the deck in the early stages of the game. Paragus, decent card for OG Broly, and maybe the upcoming Brolys as well. Basically, he's like set 2 or set 3 Khalifa, where your battle cards can't be KO'd or placed in the drop area by your own skills. and when you play it, you draw 1. So it's a really solid card overall. So yeah. Then we have the Android 13 and 14 cards. So this card basically, he has Union Absorb, so it makes the 7-drop a bit faster to go into. You choose one Android 14 and 15 in your drop area, place it under the card, and if your lead card's Android, you choose a 7-drop 13 from your deck, from your hand, and play it. And you can't basically play multiple copies of him, you can only have one in the field at a time. And this card is, place this card in the owner's drop area from your hand, and if your leader card's an Android card, draw a card. So basically just drop itself to draw. And you can Union Absorb this from drop area, which is solid. Decent card. And then this Vegito card. Solid, it's really good support for the Vegito leader. Allows you to control the board a bit more by KOing 4 or less or 2 or less with Barrier. And it helps the Awakened side leader's ability by preventing them from having a big board. Really solid. Next is yellow. So we have to start off with this border card. So this border card is solid. It has an effect that once per turn, when your opponent, when your opponent's card is switched from active to rest mode during your turn, you draw a card. So that's if you tap down an energy to play Senzu Bean, you draw one, or if you're playing like the Broly BR leader and you use the ability to tap down a battle card, you draw 1 card. So it's a solid card overall. Bearing in mind he has a 2 cost and he is a Bardock, so you can't play the Great Ape Bardock when you combo with it on top of it. So he's a good card for that. This card, he's a 2 cost Goku Childhood, and he's blocker, and he has the effect that when he's KO'd, you basically get to play the 3 cost Shigeshi Goku combo card, which basically on play, the attack, you block, this dies, and then you play the 3 cost Goku and then kill the attacking card, provided it doesn't have Barrier. So it's really, really solid, especially in Skillless. If you have Android 8 on board, and you block with this and this dies, you get the killer card, and then when the Kid Goku comes into play, you get to kill another card. So it's really, really solid. We've then got Frieza, the Ginyu cards basically, or the Frieza Force. Ginyu, so he's double strike 20k. On active main, you place the card from your hand in the drop area. And if your leader card is a Ginyu card, you look at the top 3 of your deck and choose 1 Ginyu Force card among them, add it to your hand, place the bottom of the deck, place the rest of the cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. And if you added a card from your hand to a hand, you choose up to 1 Ginyu Force in your hand and each cost of 2 or less in play. It's just solid. And then this is basically, when it's placed in the drop area from battle area, you choose 1 card in your life, add it to hand, and if you do so, you basically play a Frieza with 2 cost or less from hand. Solid card. We got the cooler cards. There's some decent cards. This extra card, basically, if leader card's Meta Cooler, gets plus 15k power for the duration of the battle, and if they get your stars in your battle area, you switch it back to active mode, and then choose one of your yellow energies, switch it back to active mode. So it basically allows you to play use Big Getty stars effect twice in a turn, which is a solid card. And it's defensive as well. So this card is a counter, so it's basically like Bad Ring Laser. Rip, ban, sad. So if your leader card's yellow, you negate the counter and then play the card. He has a 3 cost, 3 yellow, so it's heavy. It's a heavy cost, but when you play this card, you draw 1 card, then if your opponent has 6 or more cards in rest mode, you draw a further card. So in the late stages of the game, it can be like a draw 2, which is decent. And then this card is a solid card as well. So when you play it, you draw 1 card, then choose 1 Big Getty Star from your deck and play it. So if you activate Big Getty Star, you play your card, you can play this again, and then get another one from your deck. Solid. And then he has an effect that can only be used on his unawakened side. When you're awakened, it loses this effect basically. For the duration of the turn, you choose one of your yellow Meta Cooler leader cards. It can activate its awakened skill even if you have 5 more life, and then you may choose 1 card from your hand and place it in the drop area. If you do, choose 2 of the Meta Coolers from your drop area and basically play them, which is a solid card. And then the final colour is black. Haha, best colour in the game. So we got Bardock. Overarm 4. When you play it with Overarm, you draw 2 cards and then discard 1. Solid card, once again, good pan support. You play it on pan, gains plus 5k, you draw 2 cards basically. Solid card. This card, skillless killer almost, so it's insane. So it's counter play, so when your opponent plays a battle card, you can play this in response to it. And then when you play this card, neither player can attack with 2 cost or lower battle cards until the end of the next turn. And when you play it, you draw 1 card. So it shuts down like a few swingers, which is a solid card overall. Demigra, decent card. So overrun for 2 energy. Overrun 3 for 2 energy. You can, when you play the card with overrun, you gain 1 of the 2 effects. So you can either gain wormhole for the turn, which basically allows you to overrun a dock overrun twice per turn. On the Demigra leader it says so as well. Or you can choose a Demigra in your drop or warp, energy cost of 4 or less, and play it on top of this card, which is decent. So you can play the booster, power booster card as well. Mirror card, solid card for 7-drop Mirror and the Toa leader. So it's a 5k double strike, 5 cost double strike, 20k power. It has Union Absorb, which allows you to choose 1 Toa card from your warp and place it under it. And if your leader card's an Android or a Toa, you basically get to play the 7 cost Mirror from your deck on top of it. And then you gain Mirror's effect. But it has Deflect as well, so it can't be responded to. And it has a permanent ability that states if you have 10 or more black cards in your warp, you basically reduce the energy cost of the card by 1, so it's a 4 cost instead. It's a really solid card. You can swing with this first and then use the effect because the 7-drop Mirror comes out in active mode. Then we've got the Mass Sane, so Overwhelm 4 for 1 energy. When you play it with Overwhelm, you can choose 1 Mass Sane in your warp, I believe. Choose up to 1 battle card in your hand with Mass in its name, energy cost of 5 or less other than this card, and play it. So you can basically play the one that KO stuff, but you don't get that card skill. Probably is the best card in my best black card to be released in this, in my personal opinion, is Fu. So Overwhelm 8 for 4 energy, it's triple attack, and its permanent ability is in order for your opponent to basically activate anything, you have to pay a life to do so, which is insane. And that's a permanent, so if he stays on the board, which set 7 has the access to keep him on board, during their turn they will have to pay energy costs, or pay a life to do stuff. So it's kind of like the 7-drop Freezer from Tournament Power. And then Kraken Space Time. It boosts all Black Saiyan leaders like Mass Saiyan, Skillless Goku, and so on and so forth. So active main, active battle. If your leader card is a black, Black Saiyan, it gains plus 15k power and double strike for the duration of the turn. It's really solid. So that is the opening and a bit of explaining on what these cards do. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, and peace.